Today's topic is something that I've thought about for a long time and I've often demonized, which is taking more detours. Today I'm going to talk about my detours and how you can find your own detours worth taking. So, number one, I'm going to start with my primary detours. What were the first ones I took and how did they pan out for me? So, to preface this, detours aren't just a means to get around to your ultimate destination in the quickest way possible because there's construction in the way. Detours usually entail a path often not explored. So you're taking a path somewhere different, somewhere unique, somewhere more importantly you've never been before. My first major detour was real estate. I've always had an interest in business, not real estate. So when I first discovered real estate as kind of a potential career path for me, it was always kind of skewed in mystery. I don't know if I was ever going to actually be good at real estate. I didn't know, honestly, much of anything. So I wanted to try something unique that no one in my family had. People in my family had attempted real estate, but not in the way that I thought. I thought I could learn and potentially get my ultimate goal of making a lot of money through real estate. So that's what I tried. And it obviously didn't really work out. I've talked about it before, but it was an important step for me. And I like to talk about it because it was a vital learning experience. So real estate wasn't going to be the optimal way to get me to my goals. But I was thinking, I was like, wow, I hear this phrase that most millionaires are made in real estate. I want to be a millionaire. Let me try to do it, right? But ultimately, I knew that's probably not what I wanted to do. But it was definitely something I had interest in. So I thought it might be worth checking out. So I ended up doing it. I didn't end up loving it, but I learned a lot about not just real estate, but my capabilities as a person. And I was able to capitalize off of that in other ways. Did making good money, but I did figure out that I didn't really love it. And it wasn't the path for me. So I moved on. And I don't regret the experience, not one bit. I think it was actually a great experience and it was a great learning curve and a great learning atmosphere for me. I got to see a lot more about business than I had anticipated. So my other detour was reselling. Now that is a business, and whether people consider it a good business or not isn't really up to me. It's more up to the person. But I thought, instead of going to school for business in particular, what if I just tried to start a business myself? And that was the first thing I thought of because my friends in middle school had done it. And I had never done it. I never really had an interest in shoes. And instead of going to school, I did that. Was that the optimal choice? No. Could I have afforded to go to school at the time? Yes, I had a scholarship. Of course I could have gone to school. But that's not something I was too interested in. I wanted to see the real world experience of business. So that's what I tried. I tried doing reselling. My God, did I learn a lot about business. I got what I asked for tenfold. And it was definitely a worthy experience. But it was really hard, and I didn't understand a lot of the fundamentals I probably needed to about, delegation, management styles, different things I probably needed to know. So it wasn't optimal, and that wasn't what was going to make me a millionaire. And now we're at YouTube. This is not going to make me a millionaire anytime soon. I'm well aware of it. But I am now at a place where I can actually do the things I feel are important to me without the fear of becoming homeless or going bankrupt, something to that effect. And I think that doing things that are important to you is all about what life is. If you do things that are inconsequential and you don't care about all the time, your life will not be what you want it to be. Your life will be empty. Your life will be a shell for other people to use your time as they see fit. I think this is important. Do I think this is necessary for my success in the future? No. That's why I have other ventures I'm pursuing. But this is something that I think is important. And I want you to take away from this that it doesn't always have to be the straight line to success. Rarely, if ever, is there a straight line to success. There's a whole bunch of different ways. And whatever you define success as, there's always other ways that you will think of and that you will look to. Now, I'm going to help you find these ways, find these paths, and I'm going to help you find solutions for this problem. How can you actually find detours? Not just in your own life, but for yourself in general. So, number one, is the grass greener over there? Are you asking yourself that question? Can I have more success in this field? Can I do this? Would this make me happy? If you're asking yourself that question, you should try it. Obviously, if it's like hardcore substances, don't do that. But if it's something within reason, like what I thought it was for real estate, could I be a millionaire? Could I be happy doing this? Try it. The grass wasn't greener over there for me, but for some people, it is. And if you never find out, it'll keep you awake. It won't let you sleep. It'll be in the back of your head all the time as a thought that I could have taken that chance. Maybe I could have been happier. Will it always be that case where it actually does make you happier? No, rarely. I don't think that's the solution or that's the problem. I don't think it almost always makes people happy to do something different. But it's worth a try, because what if you actually do end up loving it and you never did try it sooner? And now you're 45 and you're regretting not doing this sooner because now you finally feel fulfillment in your life. That's worth trying. And the next one, could that make me a better person? If you're asking that question because you want to be a better person, then that is a great thing to ask yourself. If you think it could make you the person that you want to be, you should do it. I think that it's worth doing. I think it's worth exploring. I think it's worth trying. But you need to do it for yourself. You don't need to go the path people set out for you. You can go your own path, your own destination, your own path. It's for you and you alone. So you should go try that. You should try to be a better person doing this activity. Lastly, it's something I've always wanted to see. If you're up there driving somewhere or you're traveling and you've always passed this coffee shop or this park and you're like, I've always wanted to stop there. Stop there. Be 10 minutes late to work. You don't need to be perfect every day. You don't need to be optimal. Life doesn't need to be a set path that you take all day, every day. Life is rarely that. Life is oftentimes a series of decisions and a series of situations that you're put in. Take the long path. Take the harder one, not because you want to, not because you think you're supposed to, but because you're curious. Without curiosity, life is empty. Be curious, adventure. Go somewhere you've never been. Do something you've never done. This is what's going to give you fulfillment. This is what's going to give you purpose. And this is what's going to make you a more complete person. That's pretty much it. You like what you saw, subscribe. Thanks.